was off all the meds, so I felt everything. Oh my gosh, I pushed for 7 hours and cried and passed out for 7 hours, 7 hours, and then she finally came out. Because of COVID, I could not have any visitors or anything, so that kind of sucked. It was just me and my boyfriend. My mom did end up coming in, but then they eventually kicked her out. Whatever. COVID restrictions, you know, gotta love it. But, yeah, took 7 hours. I passed out a lot. I cried. I was so emotional. I actually, and then delivering the placenta. Let's get to that. So after you deliver your baby, you deliver the placenta. By far the worst. Like, I had the ring of fire when she came out, and I felt relief. It did not hurt. It felt like relief. So the ring of fire felt amazing. But delivering the placenta, that hurt so bad because they have to push on your stomach. And then I saw blood everywhere, and they told me, you're losing too much blood, and we lost a part of the bag in you, which is the placenta. So I panicked, and I was crying and freaking out. I thankfully had no stitches. I didn't rip or anything because I went all natural without the epidural. Yeah, so they were scaring me, so everyone was freaking out. But thankfully they got it all out. I bled more than the average person, which is why they were terrified. And I kept passing out from that situation. And then, so she was 8.68 pounds and 6 ounces. She was a chunker. And so yeah. Then postpartum, let's talk about that. Postpartum. So when you're done delivering your baby, you go into the postpartum area of the hospital, which is where nurses take care of you. I had the worst experience. I had bad hemorrhoids. Everything was swollen.